नमस्कार. सर्वांचं आजच्या भागामध्ये स्वागत आहे. आज आपण अरेनियस थिअरी ही वीक इलेक्ट्रोलाइटच्या डिसोसिएशन बाबत जी प्रपोज केली होती त्या थिअरीचे आपण ड्रॉबॅक्स बघणार आहोत. टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस द ड्रॉबॅक्स ऑफ अरेनियस थिअरी ऑफ डिसोसिएशन ऑफ वीक इलेक्ट्रोलाइट. This theory is applicable for weak electrolytes only, and one question arises in our mind: why Arrhenius theory cannot explain dissociation and conductance of strong electrolyte? That we are going to discuss. Now let us discuss what are the drawbacks. आता अरेनियस थिअरीचे ड्रॉबॅक्स काय आहेत? ओके, पहिलं ड्रॉबॅक असं आहे की ही जी थिअरी आहे इट इज ॲप्लिकेबल टू वीक इलेक्ट्रोलाइट्स ओनली. It gives better explanation for variation of equivalent conductance of aqueous solution of weak electrolyte with dilution. यापूर्वीच्या सेशनमध्ये आपण डायल्युशनचा इक्विव्हॅलंट कंडक्टन्सवरती काय परिणाम होतो हे आपण बघितलं आहे. Okay, in previous lecture we have seen what is the effect of dilution on the weak electrolyte. Okay, but this theory failed to explain same variation for aqueous solution of strong electrolyte with dilutions or the concentrations. Now this Arrhenius theory assumes that for weak electrolyte dissociation is partial and there is equilibrium between dissociated and undissociated parts of weak electrolyte. Okay, इथे बघा. Okay, this is the weak electrolyte and it will dissociate partially into the cation A plus and anion B minus. So this is the dissociated form and this is the undissociated form. So Arrhenius consider that at equilibrium, okay, the ratio of dissociated part of the electrolyte to the undissociated part of the electrolyte is always constant, and this constant is called as the equilibrium constant. Okay, so as we go on diluting the solution, what is happening? The concentration of weak electrolyte goes on decreasing and there will be the more amount of dissociation. Okay, right? So this is case with the weak electrolyte, but in case of the strong electrolyte, as we know, the strong electrolyte means the electrolyte whose aqueous solution dissociates इलेक्ट्रोलाइट कम्प्लिटली, किंवा इलेक्ट्रोलाइटचं काय होतं, कम्प्लीट डिसोसिएशन होतंय. ओके, त्या इलेक्ट्रोलाइटला आपण काय म्हणतो? स्ट्रॉंग इलेक्ट्रोलाइट. ओके, जरी सोल्युशन आपण डायल्यूट केलं तरी काय होतं की कम्प्लीट डिसोसिएशन होतं. सो in this case, okay, so it is not true with the strong electrolyte, since the strong electrolyte dissociates completely even in dilute solution. So इथे dissociate form आणि undissociate form ह्याचा जर रेशिओ घेतला हा कॉन्स्टंट येत नाही, कारण 100% डिसोसिएशन आपलं स्ट्रॉंग इलेक्ट्रोलाइटचं होतं. So this assumption is not true for the strong electrolyte also. Now third assumption, Arrhenius theory assumes independent migration of the ions. Okay, Kohlrausch law of independent migration of ions आपण बघितला आहे. And no interaction between cation and anion due to smaller quantity of ions in dilute solution. So this appears to be correct in case of the dissociation of weak electrolyte. Okay, इथे दोन गोष्टी आहेत की in dilute solution the ions, that is cations and anions, migrate independently. Okay, this is the assumption. Second assumption, there is no interaction between cations and anions. Now this is true in case of weak electrolyte. Okay, why? Because number of ions per unit area is less in this case of weak electrolyte. Why less? Because it is a weak electrolyte. Okay, this case is not true or correct with strong electrolyte. Why? Because strong electrolyte practically dissociates completely in dilute solution and hence there will be interaction between the ions. So solutionचं concentration कितीही असलं तरी स्ट्रॉंग इलेक्ट्रोलाइटचे आयन्स एकमेकांसोबत काय करतात? इंटरॅक्ट करतात, कारण नंबर ऑफ आयन्स पर युनिट व्हॉल्यूम हे त्याचे कसे असतात? जास्त असतात. मोर फॉर्म ऑफ द डिसोसिएटेड आयॉन्स. Arrhenius theory assumes, so last application, that in the case of strong electrolyte, the interionic forces play a major role in determination of conductance or on concentration or dilutions. So weak electrolyteच्या बाबतीत इंटरआयोनिक फोर्सेस हे काय करतात, जास्त महत्वाचा रोल प्ले करत नाहीत, कारण की वीक इलेक्ट्रोलाइटमध्ये डिसोसिएशन ऑफ वीक इलेक्ट्रोलाइट किंवा आयनचं प्रमाण कसं असतं, कमी असतं. बट दिस केस इज नॉट ट्रू विथ द स्ट्रॉंग इलेक्ट्रोलाइट सिन्स इट डिसोशिएट्स completely, so there will be more number of ions as compared to weak electrolyte for the same concentration. So the interionic forces between cation anion cation anion and anion cation are the more in this case. So therefore, a new theory required to explain the variation of equivalent conductance on concentration or dilution, and the new theory is called as interionic attraction theory, and it was developed by scientists Debye, Huckel and Onsager, which gave the successful explanation for the behavior of conductance on dilution. So in short, the behavior of equivalent conductance on dilution is explained by Arrhenius theory of electrolytic dissociation. I repeat, the behavior of variation of conductance on dilution for weak electrolyte is explained by Arrhenius theory of electrolytic dissociation, whereas for the strong electrolyte, okay, the variation of equivalent conductance with concentration is explained by interionic attraction theory. So 1 mark question, always remember, weak electrolyte आलं तर weak electrolyte कंडक्टन्स कोण एक्सप्लेन करतं, Arrhenius theory of electrolytic dissociation. आणि स्ट्रॉंग इलेक्ट्रोलाइट आलं तर ओके कंडक्टन्स व्हेरिएशन कोण एक्सप्लेन करतं, इंटरआयोनिक अट्रॅक्शन थिअरी. Okay, so in next lecture we will see the Debye, Huckel, Onsager interionic attraction theory. So thank you for watching this session.